Tech Garage, presented by RockAuto.com, is brought to you by Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. Clamp Tight, the clamp making tool. And by RockAuto.com, all the parts your car will ever need.
Welcome back to Tech Garage, presented by RockAuto.com. Now we're suspecting our grill shutter's not operating at all, but you may have this condition. Sometimes debris or road debris gets in there and knocks one of these little fins off. This thing pops up right here. You may be able to just come down here, line them back up, and pop it right back in, and then you're good to go. Make sure it's running, make sure it's working, make sure your code goes away. Now, all about that grill shutter. Manufacturers today are trying to get their cars super efficient. How do they do that? Well, it's all about that command corrects condition, CCC. Down here we have an engine computer, an ECM, and over here we have an actual oxygen sensor. So they're going to work together, and what's going to happen is the car is going to be super efficient. Well, if I have a lot of condition down here, which is a rich condition, that means there's a ton of fuel, then the computer is going to command this injector right here to shut off. Go lean, that's the command. Rich condition, go lean. Vice versa, I'm down here and I'm super lean. I don't have a lot of gas, I have a lot of air in the exhaust. Computer says, hey, go rich. He opens up the pulse width modulation, we put more fuel in there, make it a long short of it, we're running nice and efficient. You can look at the graphic right here, it's pretty cool. It all starts at the engine. Then it goes over to the oxygen sensor, which is the condition, gets fed back to the computer, and then from the computer it goes up to the injector. Super simple. Another way they do it, the coolant system. They're going to heat it up really, really fast and try to get the engine hot because of a term called open or closed loop. Open loops, when you start your car, it's going to run very rich, and it's going to run rich for a while because we want it to run rich. We want to get it in gear and go, no hesitations. Now, we want to get into closed loop, which is predetermined numbers when we start using that oxygen sensor and computer together. Open loop is just predetermined numbers, boom, rich. All right, so we want to get it to closed loop. We can do it with electronic thermostats. We can get the engine hot. Now, even better yet, we went to what's called heated oxygen sensors. This is pretty cool because it takes 600 degrees Fahrenheit for these things to work. So you see this one right here? This is a 2-wire sensor. Now, a 2-wire sensor is an old school sensor. There's no heater circuit. If you have a 4-wire sensor like this one right here, that means you have a heater circuit. We'll take a look at this graphic. It's a totally different circuit, and it simply just gets it hot, and it gets it hot quick. Why? So it starts operating quicker, and the car's more efficient. Speaking of efficient, well, Dave and Josh are knocking it out over there. They are super efficient. Let's check in with them.
Well, we did just as John suggested. We ran the active test. Wasn't working, and we know from earlier that the fins are intact. Everything looks good there. We checked for debris. There's no debris in there, Josh, so what do we do now?
That leaves us one last test. Let's make sure everything from the grill shutter back is operational. The way we do that, let's just check voltage.
Okay.
So first thing, if you can go ahead and unplug the connector back there, it'll be a little bit easier for you. All right. Let's go ahead, I'll set this aside.
All right.
Now, next thing we need to do, you got your connector here. Second pin and fourth pin, we're going to test for voltage at the second pin and our ground on the fourth pin. So if we have a voltage on our DVOM, that shows we have good voltage, good ground. So that leaves one thing that could be wrong.
That is the grill shutter itself.
Absolutely.
And we have one on hand just in case this happens. It's always good to be prepared. Got this one from RockAuto.com. Looks just like the original, and we'll throw it on here.
Awesome. It even has the stuff on the back where you route the wires. Perfect. And we're going to snap this in. Awesome. I have Trip inside the vehicle. We're going to crank the truck up. Go ahead, Trip. Now what we have, we're going to operate the active grill shutter test just like John did earlier.
Okay.
Right here on the scan tool.
All right, it's closing.
Is it closing?
Yep, love it. Well, everything's looking really good, so all you have to do is install this and zip everything back up. We're good to go.
Perfect, let's do it.
I love it. Well, stay tuned. Got lots more for you. Got a really hot topic next. We're going to boil some brake fluid right here on Tech Garage, presented by RockAuto.com. Thank you for tuning in to Tech Garage. We hope you're enjoying the show because we have a great time making it. You can see some really fun behind-the-scenes stuff on our Facebook page every single week. And if you've missed an episode from this season or any other, head on over to the Masters Entertainment Group website or YouTube page to get caught up. Keep it in park because Tech Garage returns right after this.